do you feel like in terms of just kind of how clinical you've been so far this season? Is there anything that you can attribute that to, like extra training, anything along those lines?
Yeah, I feel like, spending 15-20 minutes extra doing some finishing with the coaches and stuff, and the rest of the boys obviously helping that, like muscle memory stuff. So I know that when I'm in certain positions in the box, I know where the goal is. So that kind of helps just give me the confidence just to shoot. And if getting on target, there's a good chance it's going in. So
You guys have switched formation quite a bit this season. Is there a formation you're more comfortable in personally?
probably 4-3-3. It's the one I've played in for the longest, and I feel like it suits my game a little bit better. But you have to be able to adapt to different formations, and I think that's a strength that we have in the team. That there's a lot of players that can play out of position effectively.
Rick said that one of the things that's maybe caused some problems for parts of the front three is being confidence. Obviously, you're on the other side of that going, but how do you think that's impacted maybe some of the players around you?
I think it's obviously difficult, especially as a forward. It's the most important position, I think, to have confidence in, and that literally just takes one goal sometimes. So I know the rest of the boys, as soon as they get a goal sooner, then they'll be flying again.
How do you feel like your time at the Rising has been so far? I know you've been in America for a little bit, but what about the Rising in particular?
Probably the most fun I've had, to be honest. Just the standard of training every day is making me improve, which is the most important thing, and it's just a fun place to be, and it's a great club to play for, so I'm delighted I'm here.
Obviously, there's some weird circumstances surrounding the New Mexico game, but before that, or in the team New Mexico and Rowdy's game, you guys conceded 12 goals. So how important is it to get Kevin Musa back, and did you feel that in the last game, like their presence back?
Yeah, it helps a lot. There's a lot of experience there, and they've played in the league a long time, so they know how the game's going. To have that kind of security behind you helps a lot.
How hard is it going to be now having Kev away from the squad for a couple of weeks?
I know he's injured, comes back, scores, and then leaves again. But no, obviously we're all delighted for him. It's a great achievement for him, and it just shows you how good of a player he is. So obviously it's a big gap we have to fill, but we have the players to fill that gap until he comes back.
Starting in Scotland with your career, how does that kind of help where you are now with your time in Scotland?
I think just a different style of game. It's a lot more physical, and you have to be a lot bigger and stronger to play back home. And then just being in professional academy since I was 16, 17, I've seen a lot of game time. So I'm fairly experienced in that aspect. So when I came over here, it was just adapting to a different style, and thankfully I managed to do that. So that's obviously helped me a lot.
You went on loan a good amount at the beginning of your career. Do you look back on that positively or negatively in terms of going out?
I think in my stage of my career at the start, it was definitely a positive to get game time. That you play with grown men when you're really young, but towards the end, it kind of felt like it wasn't really helping. I felt like I should be, playing at a higher level, but other people didn't see it that way. So to come out here and kind of hit the ground running and be playing consistently at this level is obviously a massive thing for me, and it's definitely helping my game improve.
Can you talk through the process of just going from Scotland to the US and how you kind of made that decision?
It was difficult. I was playing part-time after I got released from full-time, and I wasn't really sure if I wanted to keep playing. I wasn't enjoying it, so I thought, if something comes up for a fresh start, then I'll have a go at it. And luckily enough, I got the chance to come to America, and I feel like that's probably the biggest fresh start I could have. So decided just to pack my bags and head over here and see what happened, and not look back since.
What were the early days like? Were there any challenges or anything like that you can talk about?
I think just living on my own, to be honest, for the first time. When I was full-time, I lived 20 minutes from the stadium, so I never had to move out or anything. And then I think the first couple of days I just wanted to go home. You don't know anybody, and it's a big jump and it's a big step to take. But after maybe a week or two, I felt really at home, and I've loved it ever since.
What kind of helped you feel at home? What made you get over that hump of just living by yourself?
I think just advice from my mum and dad. My brother's done it. He'd done it for years. He left and went abroad quite a few times. So knowing that he could do it, I kind of leaned on him for a bit of help and a little bit of advice, and they helped me through that massively.
And then while you've been in America, kind of rising up and now to the Rising, what has that been like, just kind of playing for a couple different teams and now playing in the USO?
It's a cool experience. I think that's the thing about America. You can go all across the country and see different things and meet different people. And I've been in Chattanooga, Omaha, and Phoenix. It's a very different three places, and I've loved every place that I've went, and I'm really enjoying my time here as well.
And now you're at the Phoenix Rising, you're scoring goals. What are your goals for this season and for the future?
I think it just has to be keep improving. Start stepping up, and we want to win a championship. We should be winning championships. So I think that's the collective goal for everyone here.
Looking back at last weekend, you took a few hard challenges in there. What do you think about the physicality of that game?
The hard tackles and stuff, I'm used to it. Growing up playing with grown men all the time, and I take it as a compliment when you're getting hit hard. but I don't mind that. I like that side of the game. It gives me a little bit extra motivation to score or get an assist, and it kind of gets you riled up a little bit, which helps me. I feel like.
A little bit of gamesmanship in how long you were taking to get up there?
The first one was actually hurt a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's just being smart in games. Like we're under pressure for large spells of the second half, so any chance you get to kind of kill the game a little bit, you have to take that. And you see it here, teams that does all the time, so there's nothing wrong with a bit of gamesmanship now and then.
And Rick mentioned that a few of you been cramping up at the end of that game. Having come off of a spell with obviously isolation and all of that, how hard was it for you guys to get back in there and play a 90?
Yeah, I think like having not had full training for the week, having to be in protocol and everything and be careful with what you're doing, and that takes its effect. And then going to the East Coast, it's a lot more humid, playing on a hard turf. That definitely does affect the legs a little bit. I think we've done well to get through it, and obviously the couple players coming back for their first game and pushing on 70, 90 minutes. So I think it's just a testament to how much desire we have as a team to get through these games. And we all know it wasn't pretty, but it was 3 points on the road in the East, so you can't really complain too much.
And kind of going off that, how beneficial has it been to have a full week in between games this week?
Yeah,
For you
massive.
and the players?
Yeah, just you kind of get your day to relax, and then it gives you the opportunity to really go at it in training, which we've been doing, and it gives your body time to recover and get ready for the game on the Saturday again.